Hello and welcome to this first tutorial video on Photopea. So to get started, you're going to want to type in Photopea into Google and press enter, and then you're going to want to click on this top link. So in this first tutorial video, we're looking at the various different features that Photopea has and how we can get you started creating your first images. So the first thing we can do is either click New Project or File and New. So when we click this, we have the option to create our project. So to start with, we can customize the height and width of our canvas. So if I just create this now, just to show you, this is our canvas where we work. We have a few different options when we start creating our canvas. So for example, we have different sizes. So for example, this might be used in a Twitter header. In print, we have custom sizes for like A4 and A3 paper. So we could use these to create a canvas that will fit our purpose. So again, we're just going to use the basic size, the default size that it gives us. So this is our canvas. Here we can design and create and edit images. So the first basic tools we can start using to get started are these on the left hand side of your screen in this sort of toolbar area. So the first one we can start using to edit our canvas is the brush tool, which is this one here. If you move over to the side and you hover your mouse over them, it will tell you which one you've got selected. What we can also do is right click on this and it will tell us all the different sub options inside of this one. So inside of here we have the brush tool, the pencil tool and colour replacement. For now we're going to be using the brush tool. So I click on that. So you can see here on my screen my cursor is now changed into like a little circle. So what we can now start to do is draw on this canvas. However, there's something we need to do first. On the right hand side here, you can see we have something called background. Now this is our layer here, just the white background. What we need to do is click on this little padlock. What this means is, when this padlock is on, we can't edit this image. But now we've removed that padlock, we can start drawing. So to start drawing, I could type my name. I could type Mr. Peak. However, this isn't that neat because remember it's just a little brush tool. So it's not going to look that great. What we can also do is we can change the colour of our little brush tool. So to do that, in this bottom left hand corner, you can see these two little squares here. At the minute, one is red and one is black. What you need to do is just double click on this red block and you can see here a little colour picker has appeared. So what you can do here is you can just click and drag inside of here or just click where you want the colour to go, and you can see that inside here our colours changing. So you can choose which kind of colour you want. So I might go with green now, and then you can choose the particular sort of hue or the depth of the colour here. So I want to choose maybe a darker green, so I would just click inside there and then press OK. You can see now that in this bottom left hand corner it's now changed to that green colour. So if I start drawing again, it's now changed to green. If I was to change that again to yellow or orange, it's changed the colour again. What you can also do is change the size of the brush. So if I put this up to the biggest size, it fills most of our canvas. So generally, depending on what you're drawing, you might want to change the size. The hardness is slightly different. It changes what's called the opacity of the brush tool. So it will appear a little bit fainter than the rest of the text because the hardness is lower. If we put this at 0, it adds a little bit less edge to it. So you can see here it's slightly different to what we drew before. We can also change the shape of the brush. So here we've got loads of different options for the different kinds of brushes we have. At the moment, we're just on this small circle here. If I wish to change it to this one, that kind of looks like a fingerprint, and change the size so you can see it, it is now a slightly different shape and it draws differently to what we would normally see. So now you could say I've got my little project here and I've created my little artwork. To save this, we'd want to go to File and then Export As. So here we have a few different options for saving your images. Typically, we would only use JPEG or PNG. At the moment I'm going to use JPEG. So you just click on JPEG. And you can see here, it says save for web, format JPEG, make sure the size is the same size that you started with when you created your canvas, and then just click save. So now you can see here, it's downloaded my image. So if I go to show in folder, you can see here that it's downloaded my image. So what you will want to do then is rename this, maybe call it first artwork, and then save it into your folder. So what I want you to do is, using Photopea, open it up, have a play with the brush tool here, try changing the shapes, and try writing your name, maybe the date, and drawing something, and then save that into your folders, please.